we don't really think about these things. We look at graduation rate and just ignore it. Like, graduation rate, what's that? Okay, I just had to because I didn't want it to be too long. So I think I mentioned immigration, funding, location, and school size. 4. So we have 3 more to go. Graduation rate. So, we don't really think about these things. We look at graduation rate and just ignore it. Like, graduation rate, what's that? Can tell you a thing or two about how the school is structured, and if you're just allowed to, you know, be a free bird and just roam the streets and all of that or not. So look at the graduation rate, look at the, if possible, look at the curriculum. There are some schools that will be quite open about, you know, the structures for each major, and then there'll just be schools that'll be like, you can take this or this. So just look at the graduation rate too, and think about it. Think about your plan. How long do you want to stay in college for? How long do you want to stay in grad school for? Will this give you, so for instance, if there's ever a case where you have to take time off school, will this give you wiggle room to take time off and then come back and, you know, continue from where you stopped or not? So graduation rates matters too. Another one, communication. So communication is actually key for undergrad. So because of course you're just out of high school, you barely know stuff, so you kind of need people to guide you, you know, like push you a little bit. So if the school is fast, like the representative, if they are fast, if they are quick to reply your emails, and you know, are always on top of, ahead of things, then that may be a good school for you. For instance, when I was applying to different schools, but the school I ended up going to, one of the reasons I know I went there was because of how fast the guy was at replying my emails. Like whenever I sent him an email, maybe the night, like maybe at night, you know, US time, he would reply me the morning off. Like he was so quick to reply. I low-key went through the application feeling like he was actually present. He was on top of his game, honestly, and he was very helpful. Whenever I asked any questions, he had answers. Or the questions that he didn't really have answers, he would CC some people that were in charge of that. So I really appreciated that as an undergrad. So if you're applying to schools where you send an email and they reply you a month later, maybe the Lord is telling you a thing or two about the school. For grad school, I think for grad school, and they expect you to be a little bit grown-ish, and they expect you to be more professional. So, and I think they are busy. I don't know, because I feel like the older you get, the more you're busy with your life. I think they're just busy, but it takes a while for them to reply. Not a while, but maybe they'll reply you in about a week ish. Yeah, in about a week. So they may not be as fast as to reply you as, you know, if you, as opposed to applying to undergrad. I almost lost my train of thought. So yeah, for grad school, they may take a minute to reply you, but that's okay. The ones that you should just cancel are the ones that when you email, they just don't reply. I like, uncle, why are you so busy with your time? Like, excuse me, you know, both of us can do something great if you reply me, so why are you taking a minute? But yeah, communication is key. You just want to make sure that they reply your questions, and you know, and they are quite helpful. So yeah, communication. And the last one, this one is specifically for internationals or Africans in the abroad. The abroad means US, Canada, Ireland, Australia, and all those other countries that you find yourself in. Basically countries that you know, that European countries, Asian countries, North American countries and whatever you find yourself in. Yeah, diversity. When you look at the school's website, they'll definitely say a thing or two about diversity, but chances are they're not talking about you as, you know, a foreigner. They're probably talking about their diversity, which is different. You as a foreigner though, like I said, they don't really rate you like that, so long as you're bringing the money in, it's okay. So what I would say would be to stalk the school's website, look out for clubs, and so when you look at clubs, try to see if they have some sort of cultural club. So for instance, maybe an African society, or like the German society or something like that, you know, just something that's cultural. Just try to see their guest speakers, try to see the schools. I'm sure schools usually have announcements on their website, so try to scroll through their programs and see if they have something coming up for like an international fair, or like like an international showcase or fair or something like that. That will give you a general idea of where you're about to find yourself in. So you have to check to see and know all those things. So yeah, that is all I have for today. If you see me looking down, trying to make sure I didn't forget anything. So funding, immigration, in no particular order though: funding, immigration, location, graduation rates, school size, diversity, communication. What else? Oh yeah, when we talk about location, also you might also think of you know, like, is it in the East Coast, West Coast, the weather, what's the weather like? Those things can play a role, but that's if you have time. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thanks for staying tuned. Thanks for listening and watching. I hope you subscribe, share, like, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a video, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care of yourself. All right, bye. I feel like you're important. Graduation rate, look at the, if possible, look at the curriculum. There are some schools that will be quite sorry, my notebook almost fell.